Hello, this is Transformers fan G138, and here's a video review of Transformers Generation 1 Hotrod. And I have to say, this guy I searched for forever and finally picked up in 2010 at BotCon. This cost me $55, and it was completely worth it. I mean, there was another one for almost $90 that was in a little bit better condition, but I ended up being able to pick up this and Ultra Magnus, the G1 Ultra Magnus, for $100. I paid $45 for Magnus, which was kind of funny because Magnus is like 10 times the size. Anyway, so that paid off in the end. Overall, this guy is one I always wanted since I saw the 1986 movie. I'm like, oh my god, and he instantly became my favorite character. Like, so excited when they came out with the Classics Hot Rod. That was amazing. I wanted Exilion before that came out, and then I couldn't find him, but turns out I stopped looking for Exilion when I found Hot Rod. If you watch my Exilion review that I'm also posting tonight, I say this exact same thing, so I'm not going to get into it too much, but anyway, love this character, love the vehicle form, and I honestly think this is my favorite G1 toy. It's actually one of three vintage Transformers I have of the Generation 1. Everything else I have for Generation 1 is a reissue. But, you know, all of, like, what would be now paint apps are all stickers on these guys, which is kind of cool, but it leads to like tearing and you know, like scratching up. Like, all these are like chrome versions of the stickers too, metallic, so they scratch it pretty easily. But yeah, I like this character. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, so it rolls fairly nice for being like 25 years old. This is the I forget which edition this is, but it's one of the, they had like 3 different variants of this guy. This is not even the Target Master version. The Target Master version also had a variant, but this variant, there was plastic wheels, rubber wheels, metal toes, plastic toes, so, and combinations of thereof. So there was quite a few variants. This is not particularly the one I wanted. I wanted the one with the metal toes, but it doesn't really matter. I definitely wanted the rubber wheels, and that was the one thing I absolutely had to have. And the toes were kind of second. You know, I like the metal feel on them. You know, it makes them feel a little bit more sturdy. But these are fine. Yeah. So as you're aware, there's multiple versions of the same toy, and like if you get the, I guess it's the Transformers Identification and Price Guide. Anyway, that book is really nice and explains all the different versions and variations, like the tall smokestacks and the short smokestacks of Prime and stuff like that. If you do find a short smokestack of Prime, you want to make sure that it's not a reissue, because with current laws, you can't actually sell Optimus Prime with those tall smokestacks. So usually that's a key point. So if you want the tall smokestacks, you're going to want to make sure you know that for a fact that it's going to be vintage. Overall, though, it's a pretty nice figure. I could do without the purple there and match it with this, but it's okay, I guess. It's G1. So basically, the features in this guy is simply you can plug his gun, one of his 2 guns in, which are different, by the way. Both of them are different, into his engine block. Where in the Target Master version of it, his handholds were the standard 5mm peg hole, and the hole in his engine block here was also bigger for his Target Master. But as far as it goes, it's okay. Yeah, that's all I can say. It's pretty awesome. I like this one a lot better than Target Master just because of his dual pistols. Photon pistols or whatever they're called. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and transform this guy for you since he's not complicated. I don't like doing the transformations for all mine because some of them are really long, complex, and they just get irritating. So we'll start by pulling down the legs, which on this guy is like torture because he's so old. Once those are out, flip out the feet, flip open the arms, lift this whole piece up, flip the head around, actually this way, lock it into place, turn this waist thing here down, and plug the hood of the car into that. Once you got it that far, you then rotate the arm at that point, and you can bend the elbow, which is awesome, and then spin the entire back into place, and there you have Hot Rod, which I can't stand how they can't call him Hot Rod anymore, but go copyright laws. So he is amazing. Love this guy. You know, I wish the stickers were put on a little bit more accurately, but you know, whatever. It's one of the few vintage Transformers I have. He's pretty awesome. So his pistols fit in his hands. And also these pistols fit in the Classics version. They do not fit in the Reveal the Shield version because his Hot Rod's hands in that mold is actually painted. So it narrows that diameter even more. But yeah, it's cool that they did that to match this instead of the standard 5mm peg, which is nifty. So, yep. But my favorite aspect of the character was his cannons or his lasers on his arm. And those are still my favorite piece. His articulation, which I completely forgot to do on Exilion. Anyway, Exilion's pretty basic as far as that goes. Whoops. Oh well. I'm sure you guys can figure it out. It's pretty straightforward on that one. So the articulation on this guy is he's got toe movement, shoulder movement, and elbow movement. So the G1 toys really lacked mobility. But is that anything new? Really? It's one of the reasons that make these toys so cool. Is because, you know, they're classic characters with a bunch of posability and newer technology. So, I'm a real collector of the classics Transformers or the Transformer homages or homages, or whatever you want to call them. I've heard it pronounced all three ways. I don't know which one's grammatically correct anymore, so. And those are all English teachers telling me how to pronounce those too, so. Yeah. Figures. Well, Hot Rod is like my favorite character, and this guy is just amazing. I recommend picking him up. He's easily my favorite in my G1 reissue / vintage collection. I think the runners-up include Soundwave, which I've looked for years because that one was actually a really cool Transformer. I ended up getting a reissue of that from the San Diego Comic-Con, and then I ended up getting Blaster. You can see all of these in my review. Not my review, but my collection video. They're nice. I like them. But, yep. That concludes my video review on Transformers Generation 1 Hot Rod. If you have any questions about this figure, the accessories, or various versions of him, please post a comment down below and I'll get back to you. If you have any further requests for videos for me to review or compare, also please leave a comment down below and I will add that to my video list. I'm actually lacking in videos to do, so please request something. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.